two term, which is very discretionary. Kwa sababu kule bunge tuko na ile procedures. Kama umefurahishwa na speech ya rais, just unaweza clamp down ama upike meza. But kwa sababu wabunge wetu ni wabunge ambao rais alisema they are African thinkers. So pale Malava ningeomba sana watu wa Malava, you just vote for Seth Panyako, kwa sababu huyu ndio ataenda pale aseme hii ni mbaya, hii ni mbaya, hii barabara hata. Mtu asikwambia kwamba ukivote out Seth Panyako utapata development. That is wrong, because first you are a taxpayer, you are a Kenyan. Wewe uko na ile haki yote ya kupata uongozi. Tukiingia kule Mbeere mimi sijaona yule kiongozi ambaye ako na ideology ya watu. Mbeere sijasikia kiongozi yule ambaye anaongea kuhusu maji, anaongea kuhusu barabara, anaongea kuhusu mashule, anaongea kuhusu basari. But because of my analysis, I've been analyzing and seeing, I can tell the people of Mbeere that you better vote for this man by the name Karis. Not because, I'm not saying that because he's a gachagua, but I'm saying that because it seems, jana nilimsikia jana pale Inoro, but he seemed to know many things. He seems to be well conversant with the area. He seemed to have the issues, despite of coming from gachagua side. But this guy Golwa Mutende, somehow he look like he's a visitor in
even has some scandals. See, I've seen he has some scandals.
Yeah, so I'll keep my friend. So you see Mwamutende tumeona ya kwamba ako na ile charges, drama charges. Alikuwa na kesi pale Kenyatta. Aliwahi uza machine ya ufuzi pale Kenyatta ambayo ni kushi. So ako na ile charges mbaya, EACC. Na kwanza, for you to know that we are heading in the wrong direction as a country, my friend, is that EACC, how did EACC clear this man by the name of Mutende to fight a political seat, a crucial one, just like member of parliament, na mtu mwenye ako na kesi. So unaona kulikuwa na hand ya government pale. But despite that, I want to ask the people of Mbeere, please vote for this Karish man, so that you can liberate your ideas, na pia Mbeere not isonge, na tuku pale bunge at least tukue na watu ambao watatutetea sisi. So that is my partake. In Kasipul, vote for Philip Haroko, so that mkuwe na ni mtu anaelewa. In Malava, Seth Panyako. In Mbeere not anaitwa Karish, I don't know the other name, but Karish, so that Newton Karish, so that tuende mbele pamoja. Hawa ni watu ambao wanaweza enda pale watutetee, but tukiside na hii government, I think we are moving on a wrong direction. Because for example, Wamutende ako na scandal, very big scandal, and then you want to give him an MPC. What do you mean? What is that? Tunaelekea wapi? Na sisi tunasema tunataka tukue sincap. I think in the new future. So hatuwezi fika pale tukicheza hii mchezo hii. So that is my take.
Mimi kwa kumalizia, I think
we have just been added some tokens.
Okay. Those guys who are aligned with the government, for instance, Kindiki, Wetangula, Mudavadi, you see they are doing that under the direction of the president, that we must win. I know, for instance, in Western region, you see, in Western region, most of the time we don't have the people of Western region don't have a problem with the President William Ruto. You get? When you look at them keenly, they don't have a problem with him. They have a problem with Wetangula and Mudavadi. You get? And the reason as to why Mudavadi and Wetangula are on the ground vigorously campaigning for those candidates aligned with the government is because they are safeguarding their own interests. You get? The interest that they've been earning all through. Rumors has it that President William Ruto is thinking of working with Natembeya if Natembeya wins. You get? Now is a contest between, now is a kingpin like contest. Whoever will win, be it in Malava or the Kabushai ward, will be now the one who will be the kingpin of Western region.
Yeah.
And now Wetangula and Mudavadi, they are trying to defend their spaces in the political arena.
Oh, yes.
And Natembeya is trying to come in. When you look at most of the people, most people are aligned with Natembeya. That is something that is very clear all over. What might affect these elections is the government influence in the elections. Only that. If elections will be conducted free, fair and transparent, with transparency, then I'm sure that It will be a win for the people of Western region. It will be a win for Natembea. It will be a win for the candidates who will be aligned to Natembea. And that will give us, most of the people who come from Western region, a good direction, because we've been directionless for quite some time. When you look at Mudavadi has been in government for quite some time. For the longest time now.
42 years now.
For the longest time now, but he has delivered nothing. The last time we went to launch for water taps.
Water taps.
Water taps at our places.
What a disgrace.
Wetangula has not done anything. Today I saw him while campaigning for the
MCSC. You can imagine that.
He was mentioning people he has helped to get into government.
Yeah.
But now the question people are asking him, what are these people doing?
Yeah.
They are not delivering anything. If you tell us that you place so and so in such and such a position, but we don't have any substantial social responsibility,
exactly.
Community responsibility to our area, and then we've not won anything. In Western region, we've had several companies that were operating, and some are shutting down. We had Panpepa. Panpepa was one of the biggest companies in Kenya, right? Most of the youth who are working in Panpepa, then those are our parents. People were quite, their living status was okay. We've had companies like Mumias, we've had companies like Zoia, and then we have West Kenya sugar milling companies. Western region, the main cash crop is sugarcane. But now you see with sugarcane as a cash crop, and companies that are milling that sugarcane, they are shutting down. Then means that we are not headed in a positive trajectory. We are in a negative trajectory, and our people, we as the people of Western region, really do not have an empowering project for ourselves. When you look at several other places, we have places that are thriving with factories. You've seen how development has been going to Nyanza region, Mount Kenya region. But when you look at Western, do we have any project that we can say that with the government, with having Mudavadi and Wetangula in government, we have?
You had a tab which was launched, so it's one of the
it's one of the projects.
Those are projects.
What a project.
We have when you go to our area, you see, most of the time for us, we don't use tapped water.
Bohol.
We have those springs, springs that
conservation of water.
Springs that when they are well taken care of, water just springs out of. So having tapped water is not one of our emergent needs. We need factories. We need employing factories that can help our people to have jobs. When you look at the ideologies that Natembea is trying to push, he's saying that most of the time when you move around Nairobi or any other place, you see luhyas carrying rungus, and they are the nannies in houses of the rich people, which is very true.
That is true.
And that's something that we are trying to walk away from. We are trying to walk away from, and we should be ready to understand if we get to any table of negotiation. Are we going there with the representatives who are ready to negotiate for us positively, or representatives who are going to negotiate for themselves? So to the people of Malava, and the kabushai, in Malava we have Sedi Panyako as the DAPK candidate. In kabushai, where Wetangula comes from, his ward, we have an independent candidate called Eric Wekesa. What I can tell the people of kabushai, they should come out not to vote for Eric Wekesa as a candidate, but to vote for the direction of the people of kabushai, of the people of Western region, because these are a defining moment for the people of Western region to have a direction that they understand, that is formidable, that is ready to negotiate for them. And that also applies to the people of Malava. When you come to Mbeere, I think those guys, it is a sibling rivalry, more of than a contest of ideologies.
Exactly.
Because I don't see, unlike Western region where you have the ideologies of creating an alternative leadership that negotiates. In Mbeere we don't have such. It is sibling rivalry between Kindiki and Gachagua, who has got the masses, who can influence, who has got the political power. That should not be the reasons as to why we are going to have these elections. Elections should be based on ideologies.
Yeah.
Based on, in as much as maybe Natembea speaks on behalf of Luhyas, which is not wrong, because politics is mostly defined by...
And politics is global also.
Politics is mostly defined by communities. Communities are factors a lot in politics.
Yeah.
So if you get someone who speaks on behalf of your communities, and as much as it sounds uncouth, it sounds politically not right, or in leadership doesn't sound right, but no community will want to have someone who doesn't speak for them. Each community will want to have someone who speaks for them.
Yeah.
Let's just expand our mind to the by-election which is just happening in the country right now in the next election in 2027. This comes in on let's just say, what if the DAPK wins the election in Malava and Kabushai, with an independent candidate that is supported by the DAPK and the leaders from the opposition side? There's something which you mentioned that it's now a card whereby the president is just looking who to join next from the Western region. If the DAPK wins and the governor from Tanzania, the Natembea team wins. So will Natembea agree to work with the president in the next election, in the next future? So besides that, we just go to the next one from North Kaspul, from the Mount Kenya.
Mbeere North, yeah.
It's just a head-on between Gachagua and Kindiki. The way forward for the central and the Mount Kenya King. So what if Gachagua wins? Do you think that the president in the next election, according to the political cards, will the president still move with Kindiki, knowing that the weight from the Mount Kenya lies with Gachagua? From your own mind and maybe as an analyst, what are you going, according to you, from your focus, do you think it's going to take the direction of the winning party or the winning direction?
No one wants to align themselves with the loser. That's what.
Yeah, that's one.
Politically, no one will want to align themselves with a loser.
Yeah.
So if Kindiki happens to lose, then his fate will be sealed.
Exactly.
If Kindiki wins, then him deputizing President William Ruto will be given a huge support. He'll be having it will be dictating, like he said, is a litmus paper. So if Kindiki wins, then that will, in general, it will mean that Kindiki has got some influence. But if he doesn't, President Ruto might not. There's nowhere President Ruto has made it clearly that he's supporting this candidate in the government. That's why he has delegated to them. He has told them that wherever you come from, make sure you deliver.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate, the irreducible minimums. If you don't deliver, if Kindiki doesn't deliver, he'll be sealed. Then he might think of someone else in working with in Mount Kenya, be it Waiguru or someone else who will be having influence. If Gachagua wins, it might be difficult for President Ruto to work with Gachagua, but he might work with someone aligned to Gachagua, also to do away with to handle Gachagua, to manage Gachagua. Because if someone aligned to Gachagua is approached by President William to deputize him, I don't think if there's anyone who will deny that, who will not want such an opportunity. In Western region, if Wetangula and Mudavadi lose both the Malava and Kabushai by-elections, then count on me today that in the 2027 formation there will be nowhere to be seen. Because, as I told you, in Western region, in as much as Natembea wants to be the president of this country, but he doesn't have those muscles to marshal against President William Ruto. But if he's approached by President William Ruto because he has stamped his influence by winning Malava and the Kabushai, if he is approached to deputize President William Ruto, Luhyas will vote for President William Ruto, because we don't have a problem with President William Ruto. In as much as we want to oppose him, we are opposing him because Mudavadi and Wetangula are not delivering anything. But if we had someone in President William Ruto's government who delivers to the people, we'll definitely vote for him. And that still happens if Natembea doesn't win in Kabushai and Malava, even aligning himself with the people like Kalonzo, it will be quite difficult, because they'll tell them that in as much as